In the dead of night, a shimmering white gleam of a blade, and the devil is paid. When the axe comes down, a chilling sound. Steel against the head, another wabbit's dead. I'm a wabbit slayer, a guitar player with a nasty habit. Kill the wabbit!
Classic preparation would be some kind of civet that I found, which is hair that has been marinated and made into a stew. Today what we're going to do is we're going to take the rabbit and we're going to debone it by deboning the saddle or the loin. We're going to take a little bit of the extra meat from the shoulder. We're going to make a little bit of a farce and stuff the loin, and then we're going to braise the legs. So this is sort of a rabbit done a couple different ways. When we look at the rabbit, it's pretty easy to take down, but it takes a little bit of practice. We're going to turn it over. When they send you rabbits, more often than not, they still have the liver and the kidneys. The two kidneys here that we can cut out. Also, what we see on the underside is the little mini tenderloins, the little rabbit tenderloins that are in and right next to the spine. I'm sorry?
Kidneys and...
we see the kidneys and we see the liver and the little mini tenderloins that we can take out. The first thing I like to do when I'm taking down this rabbit, I'm going to take off the front legs, and basically we're just getting in and behind the shoulder blade, and it pulls right off. Then we're going to do this other side as well. I'm going to take and cut and remove the front leg. Now what I'm going to do is just take, and similar to the chicken, we're going to break the socket where the the rabbit leg is attached, and just sort of break it and pull it out, and do the same to the other side. Oh, wabbit.
Not too tough.
Oh, wabbit. I'm sorry?
Rabbit meat.
No, I like rabbit meat. My grandma used to make smothered rabbit all the time. I used to hunt them and make them. Not if they're raised for a long period of time. Now what we have left here pretty much, so we have the rear legs and the front legs. We'll put that on the plate with our loins and our kidneys. And what we have left is the saddle, and we have the breastbone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my knife and split the breastbone in half. And then I'm going to take my boner and follow the contour of the ribs. And do the same on the other side. Follow the contour of the ribs. And what this will do is will help to expose the ribs somewhat.
How many ribs?
Same as all animals, 13. And then we're going to
That's weird.
pull that down.
13 is a bit bad. Eventually what we want to be able to do is we want to stuff this skin. So we're pulling that out and pulling this side out, and now we're going to take and we're going to just follow the natural contour of the flesh all the way down to our spine or chine, and then slowly start to remove the lamb saddle or the lamb loin, excuse me, the rabbit saddle or the rabbit loin. It's important, try not to cut through the flesh, especially when we get near the feathers on the rabbit, because what will end up happening is that it will poke holes in the skin. Sometimes it's inevitable that you do it, so you just want to be really careful on both sides. Make sure you get all the bones here. And we're going to do the same on the other side. And follow it all the way down. Again, be very, very careful when you get towards the feathers. So that's about where we're at on both sides right now. You can take your boner and then lightly scrape the feathers to help expose the bones a little better. And then just follow the natural contour of the feather bones. Do the same on the other side. Couple little ribs.
Well, I do braise, marinade and then
I see some more cooking open fire, plant-based.
wow, bravo.
Always reminds me of the movie Aliens. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a piece of plastic wrap. Rabbit inherently is a little bit lean or dry. So from time to time we do what we call barding. Cooking in or with fat.
Butter, lard. Barding means you put fat on the outside.
Barding means we put fat on the outside. Correct.
Either bacon or pork fat wrap. Like armor. They used to put barding on their horses. The armor. Bard your meat with fat.
We're going to take and open a lacy type of fat that surrounds pork digestive organs. This lacy fat is commonly known as crépin in French, or we call this caul, C-A-U-L. Or caul. If you look at it, it's sort of spooky, isn't it? I thought it would be a great Halloween costume. If you were to take and maybe, I don't know, wear it. So this is a lacy fat. There's a classic preparation, that by which we make something called crêpenettes. Crêpenettes are small sausage patties that we wrap with this caul and we braise them. So you can see how lacy this looks. This will add moisture to our product, and it also makes a nice decorative outside. Just make sure you get all a little bit. I'm going to actually, it's quite edible. You know, let me regress. Sometimes gourmets will pull it off after cooking it before eating.
I'm a Wabbit swayer, a guitar player with a nasty habit. Kill the Wabbit!